So hello everyone, I'm Jane Parslow. I'm a transitions coach and I work with people who are facing a big change in their life. And such a big change might be divorce or separation, for example.
Hi everyone, my name is Priya Gill, Liaudet. I'm a divorce and family lawyer. I help and support those going through a difficult time at home with a constructive and amicable approach.
Priya and I have been working together for a little while and we share a purpose in helping people get as good a divorce as they can, by which we mean one which is amicable and where you can be as clear as possible about what's happening throughout the process.
And Jane and I thought it might be really useful to do a series of videos based on the different stages of divorce to help you get some clarity as to what you should be doing. And by the end of the series, you should be able to say that you know what to do at the right time, how to manage the 5 stages of the divorce, and to ensure that you have the best future for yourself and your family.
So as Priya said, we've identified 5 stages of a divorce. So we're going to be doing a series of 5 videos. In this first one, we'll be talking about what happens very early on when you're first acknowledging that things may not be going very well in your relationship. For most of this, by the way, we'll be talking about marriage. And later on, Priya will talk maybe about, in a later video, about the differences for married or unmarried couples. So perhaps a good place to start, Priya, would be for you to talk a little bit about, at this very early stage, how somebody might find a lawyer to approach.
Yeah, thanks, Jane. I think at this stage, it's very overwhelming. You're thinking about ending your marriage, which is a huge step in your life. And you want to make sure that you've got the right set of people around you to support you through this process. And one of the things to do is to get yourself a coach or go to counselling, or you can speak to friends and family, but sometimes that's not really an option. And another thing to do is to speak to a family lawyer, because they're the ones who are going to provide you with some clarity as to what to do next, and also set out your options for you so you're clear on how this process is going to go down the line. And the best way to find a solicitor is to go on the Law Society website and type in a solicitor who deals with family law. You can also go on a website called Resolution, and that is an organisation of family professionals who deal with things constructively and amicably, and search for your nearest solicitor. Or see on any of the parent groups if there's a solicitor that's recommended that you feel would have the same approach as you, because you're going to be dealing with this solicitor for quite a long time. So it's important to ensure that you're on the same page and they want to help you deal with your divorce in the best way possible.
Yeah, and I think that's true, isn't it, of all the people that are going to go through this process alongside you, that you're going to have trust and confidence in them. And you said an interesting thing, Priya, about asking friends and family for advice about finding lawyers. I think that it's important that you make sure that you do have their support before you start, or as much as you can, that they're not always going to be the best people to see you through the process. Our friends sometimes are too much on our side and don't provide that sort of objectivity that might be useful. So that's where I would suggest coaching, somebody outside the process who can stop and ask you some questions or get you to think about things in a slightly different way. So friends and family by all means, but professional assistance is going to be.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. I think friends and family are great to have as a support network, because you need to be sure that you have someone to talk to and to lean on, and just have someone there in case you need some support. But every divorce and every separation is unique. And so something that your friend or family member went through with their divorce is really not going to apply for you. So you need to make sure that you take your own independent advice from a professional, instead of relying on what happened in, your neighbour's divorce or something.
Yeah. And I think, certainly in terms of what I offer, what I think people should be looking for is getting real clarity on the outcome they want, not just divorcing, but what happens beyond that. So what's the life that you want in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years down the track. So clarity on objectives really important, and a purpose and direction. And we're going to be talking in later videos about how sometimes the process can get very overwhelming and the detail that's involved. It's going to be important to have somebody on your side who's just nudging you gently to get through that, find the right bit of paperwork, make the call that you're going to have to make. So that's where coaching might be really useful.
If you've decided that your marriage has come to an end, or if you'd like further clarity about the process and to understand your options, do feel free to contact either of us. We offer a no obligation free introductory call. We hope you enjoyed this video, and do check out the following videos for the next stage in the divorce process.